Warning: the following content contains strong language and may not be suitable for children. This content is primarily for adults as this is a trucking channel and truckers have filthy mouths. Please don't tweak if I say. Viewer discretion is advised.
Late nights, same chair, same grind, right there. Turn it on, leaning close, this that. Welcome to the Mark, the mentor show, where the plans turn real and the hustlers grow. Talk money, talk mindset, talk get it, let's go. If you came from the bottom, it's the road you know. It's the Mark, the mentor show. Every loss, every lesson, turn it all to gold. From the late night notes to the sold out goals. Say the name one time so the whole world know.
Whoa, the Mark, the mentor show. Whoa, the Mark, the mentor show. Whoa, the Mark, the mentor show.
The Mark, the mentor show.
Sweet.
What up? Come on over to the right button, subscribe to the channel, turn on post notifications. In need of commercial insurance for your semi-truck, box truck, or cargo van business, link in the description below for Log Rock. Up for renewal, looking for an affordable solution for your trucking business. Make sure you guys click that link in the description below for Log Rock. Phone number down there as well. Partner to the channel, come on in. Come on in, come on in, come on in.
Sweet.
Like button. Subscribe to the channel. Turn on all post notifications. What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? It's been a minute. It's been a minute. All right, let's get that. Let's get them like buttons up. We're gonna get straight to it. We ain't gonna waste no time. We off to a little late start, but it's all good in the hood. Shout out to Tony in the building, representing B More in the building. Shout out to Joseph in the building, representing Hickory, North Carolina. Shout out to Sosa, not Sammy. Shout out to SD Walk, MGM Gang, Moderator Gang. What up? What up? What up? Shout out to Jets Investments. Shout out to Roger Lacey in the building, representing the MGM Gang. Shout out to Kelvin, representing that MGM Gang. Shout out to Ben Uzi. What up? What up? What up? Shout out to you, representing that MGM Gang. Shout out to Junior. What's going on? Representing the MGM Gang in the building. Shout out to Moving Company Hustle in the building. What's going on? Shout out to everybody. Come on in. Make sure you hit that like button. Shout out to Chucky. Make sure you hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel. Turn on post notifications. All right, back. It's been about a week, right? About 6 days. I think the last show was yeah, last show was 6 days ago. Today, Tuesday. So yeah, 6 days, roughly a week. Hope everybody had a good weekend, prosperous weekend, healthy weekend, safe weekend. You dig what I'm saying? I know the weather is breaking, got up to about almost 80 here yesterday. You dig what I'm saying? But hope everybody had a good weekend. And we're going to get straight to it. I ain't really got no monologue today. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to get straight to it. Today, we're going to talk about where to get the money at. I said this is going to be moving week. So we're just going to do moving content this week. So not really expecting a large audience, but we're going to get to it nonetheless. So come on in, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, turn on post notifications. Moving. This is going to be beginner based. So for all the people who looking to source opportunities, we're going to go through some places where you can source opportunities. We're going to talk about how to get the opportunities, how to market yourself, how to, communicate effectively. And then, I'll open up the phone lines and we'll go from there. So it'll be real simple. Some of the more veteran people may, know all this, but, we always got new people coming to the channel. All right. So first, let's just get straight started. It's 2026. For the people who want to get into the moving industry, there are certain platforms that you have to use. All right. You got to use them. You got to get known. Like nobody knows who you are. Nobody knows you exist. So you're going to have to utilize some platforms to get recognized so that your business can start to grow. So today I want to talk about how to actually get customers on certain platforms and build a business and get customers that are going to stick with you long term and are going to become, marketing for you, brand ambassadors for you that are going to refer you to help grow your business. So first, where do you get jobs from? First place that I recommend. So for all the people that are coming in, you might want to write this down because this might be one of the ones I throw on members only. So first place that I recommend people source opportunity for the moving business from is Thumbtack. And I've done multiple live streams on Thumbtack. So I'm not gonna, take the time in this live stream on how to navigate and maneuver through Thumbtack because I already got content out there for that. I'm not gonna do that again. So you need to go look at that content, and then there's also a code in there that I help you get. I think it's $50 or $100 in free leads for your, to help you get going with Thumbtack. Now, these are customers that, more than likely are looking to book a move. What you have to understand with Thumbtack is you pay for the leads. Now, there's people have mixed emotions about Thumbtack, and I think the people that really struggle with Thumbtack are just the people that just don't know how to close leads. Like, you have to know how to close leads. There's, a time constraint there. You have to be quick because you're not the only person that, Thumbtack is sending that lead to. The way Thumbtack makes their money is they've done really good at search engine optimizing their website and their platform, that when you go as a consumer search for certain things, it could be a mover, it could be a handyman, it could be an electrician, it could be a junk removal guy, that will come up at the top of the Google search a lot of the times, and then that'll open you up to an array or a plethora of, contractors or businesses in that specific niche or genre or industry that you're looking for service in. And then you'll have a selection of people that you can pick from based on, their profile and, their reviews. And what happens is after you select a provider in the Thumbtack app, right before you close it out, they'll give the consumer an option. Hey, you want to try your hand at 3 more, service providers, and then they'll show them to you, and you just check the box, and then you can send. So what happens is Thumbtack, the way they make their money, they charge the initial person that you selected, and then right at the end, before they finally close it out, they give you an option to select, 2 or 3 more people in that industry as well. And how they make their money is they charge everybody. They charge all 4 of those people for leads. And that's how they make their money. Now, depending on what industry you're in, depending on the scope of the job, because there's, different things that they ask the consumer. Let's say for moving, is it a studio? Is it just a few items? Is it a 1-bedroom? Is it a 2-bedroom? Is it a 3-bedroom? Is it long distance? Obviously, the bigger the scope of move, the more they charge for the lead. And then they're going to charge each and every person. So that's how they make their money. The consumer doesn't pay anything. They charge you for the lead. Now it's up to you to close the lead. It's up to you to close the lead. You're competing against other people. So time plays a factor. Also, your sales skills also are, play a factor. So you are paying for the lead, but these are high intent customers. So if you don't know how to close a lead, you're going to burn money fast. You're going to burn money fast. I obviously, if you watch my content when I did those live streams on, how to maneuver through Thumbtack, I've showed my, because Thumbtack, they show you all the leads and how much your spend is. Like, you see, I'm spending $100, $150 a day for years, day to day to day to day to day. So, I trained in that on how to, open the budget. And, I think last week I had somebody called up and I kind of gave them some sauce on, if your budget is limited, how to maneuver around, not burning through your budget at the beginning of part of the week if you don't have an unlimited budget where you can turn it to unlimited. But you have to be able to close the leads. You have to be able to close the leads. So you got to respond fast within minutes. And I get it. If you're out in the field because you're on the new, it may be a little bit difficult. But I think last week I also kind of covered that. You got to get an earpiece, right? Not no ear pods, not something that's falling out of your ear. If you do like this or do like this and you're carrying, you're twisting, you're turning, you need to get an old school, old man earpiece that hooks behind your ear. I recommend Plantronics, like 100, 140, 150 bucks, where you can connect 2 phones. You still got your personal phone, and then you should have your business line. All right, it's 2026. There's no reason you should, if you plan on building a company, you should have a phone that just, opportunity is being streamlined through that one phone, right? So, but this particular earpiece, you can connect 2 phones, and you're able to answer that phone hands-free and communicate effectively with a customer. And you won't have to stop moving until it's time to actually book the move. So you have to respond quickly. You have to multitask. It's tough, but this is part of, building a business at the infancy stages. This is when it's going to be the toughest. The infancy stages is always going to be the toughest time period when you're building a business. You have to have your pricing ready. What I've noticed with a lot of you young guys is you're all over the place. You're all over the place. You just can't you stick to it. I give you guys a template on how to price, but you want to price people based on how you feel or what they're telling you. And this is not how the business works. You don't walk into McDonald's and, price of a hamburger is the price of a hamburger. You dig what I'm saying? If I charge an hourly rate is the hourly rate. I don't care if it's a studio. I don't care if it's a 1-bedroom. I don't care if it's a 2-bedroom. We charge by the hour based on how many men with a 2-hour minimum. Just because this job seems like it's going to be harder doesn't mean I'm going to charge the customer a higher hourly rate. It means it's going to take more time, which ultimately is going to result into the company making more money. That's why we charge by the hour, right? So you want to have a set price. You also want to have a set price because you don't know who the people are referring. You don't ever want to get that call where you did a customer, you did a good job, and then you referred that customer, and then now the person that they referred to you is calling you. That person has already given them the lay of the land. The move is similar. So now they're calling you and you're telling them a whole totally different price than you charged Sally for 2 weeks ago, and now they're asking you, well, I just got referred. Why are you charging me more? And then now you have to come up with some BS lie on the fly and justify why you're charging this person more money because your car note is due or your rent is due or whatever reason that you're trying to finesse this person because of something that you got going on in your personal life and you're trying to stain somebody. It's just not how business works. So you have to have your pricing ready. Your pricing needs to be set. You're charging $50 an hour per man, right? Then 2 men is still going to be $100 an hour for every customer. Should be consistent throughout. 3 guys, you're charging $50 an hour a man, it's $150. If you do like some type of marketing or some promo pricing, okay, for an additional man, I see my competitors are charging $150 an hour, $50 an hour a man, but after that second man, I can go $135 to kind of beat out the competitors and charge a little bit less than $50 a man. So be it, but your pricing should be consistent throughout, right? Truck fee, same thing. You got a 16-foot truck, you can do a radius, within 50 miles of our home base. Give me 1 second. Why does this keep recall? 50 miles, let's say within the home base, this is our standard truck fee. As long as the job is within 50 miles of the home base or 25 miles within home base or 30 miles with the home base, our truck fee is $125, $100, $150. After we extend out into these further rural suburbs, once it goes past 25 miles or once it goes past 30 miles, then we charge a higher truck fee based on the miles. We charge our standard $150 a mile, but each additional mile is X amount of dollars, right? So however you decide to do it, that's what you need to do, but it needs to be consistent throughout. I just said 50-mile radius just to Cyrus. I'm just using examples. That's another thing. You guys take some of these examples at face value. These are just examples. Everybody's situation is going to be different. I'm not in everybody's market. The way I did it is if you were in the city, I don't care if you were in the furthest southern point of the city, the furthest northern point of the city, the further western point of the city. Far east, you can go to Chicago, is Lakeshore Drive, and there's Lake Michigan. I would charge a standard truck fee. That was my marketing. As long as you're in the city of Chicago, your truck fee is going to be the same, depending on the size truck. The suburbs, depending on how far out, you're going to pay a higher rate. You 10 miles outside that furthest western tip or northern tip or southern tip, this is the base rate. 175 for from here to 10 miles out. Another 10 to 20 miles out, you're going to pay another 25, 200. The further we go out, the more you're going to pay for a truck fee. I have it structured. As long as you're in the city of Chicago, I don't care if you're in the farther northern point, farther western point, farther southern point. As long as it's in the city, the truck fee is the same. It's my marketing. Why? Because I got enough volume that, you know what, if this is the first job that I book on that particular truck, 3-4 weeks out before this day, I know we're going to get plenty of moves and I can build around that job because I'm already plugging them in at first thing in the morning. So now I got that truck that's working up in Andersonville. Every job that comes in that area, why? Because I'm trying to keep my trucks in a tight radius. Why? Charging every customer a truck fee. So I want to maximize my profitability. I don't want my truck ending in Andersonville and then their second job is all the way in Hyde Park. No, that truck is going to work the northern tip of the city. So we're going to go from Andersonville, maybe Uptown, Rogers Park, Edgewater, things like that. Every customer is paying, let's say, $150 in truck fee, but they don't know that the previous job was right around the corner and down the street. They got to pay a truck fee. That's for the materials, that's for the fuel, the mileage, and the use of the truck. I actually, charged them for the truck, but the previous customer paid for the use of the truck for all 3 customers that whole day. Truck isn't really going anywhere. It did 3 jobs on that truck, and that truck went for all 3 jobs. It went less than 7 miles. All right. So this is you got to have a system set up. Got to be professional immediately. So even if you're on the job, you have to know how to, immediately go from, working simultaneously and still maintaining your breath. Exercise your breathing. You can't be panting on the phone. They shouldn't even really be able to notice that you're actually physically on the move at that particular time. That's why I say get a good earpiece. Don't go cheap. You want noise cancellation. They shouldn't hear the communication in the background. They shouldn't hear you running up and down wooden stairs. They shouldn't hear none of that. This is 2026. This is 2026. This is why I say get you a Plantronics, get you something that you can multitask, be professional. Ask the customer the questions that you need to know. You should be selling the customer and consuming the information that you need to know so that if they do decide to book, or if you're a good seller and they decide to book and you have to dip off to the side, you pretty much already got everything registered in your head and you got a minute to put all that shit into your phone so that you can transition it over into whatever calendar or whatever, calendar or scheduling application that you use after you complete that move or at the end of the day or however you do it. All right. But Thumbtack is a great way to source opportunity. You do have to play for the leads, but that's my number one go-to, I would say, in 2026, because there's so many leads that you can get on Thumbtack. There's so much opportunity on Thumbtack. Now, second thing for movers that I would recommend is going to be U-Haul moving help. The reason why I recommend U-Haul moving help is because, one, it doesn't require a truck, right? Not everybody, is fortunate enough to have the money to start off with renting a truck. Not everybody is fortunate enough to have, the money to start off with buying a truck. And this is what I'm saying. There's opportunities out here. You can literally just get started with labor only. And U-Haul moving help is the best way for you to do that. One is because they've done all the marketing for you. 2 is because they're the number one source for do-it-yourself household. Like when it comes to, data for moving, right? As far as statistics and data, I go to U-Haul because they have all the moving data. They're the best source for moving data. Like on a general level, like if you want data, like how many people are moving, so on and so forth, market to market, in specific markets, U-Haul is the best source. because they're getting all the inquiries. Whether a person books with them or not, it's 9 times out of 10, they've inquired. Even if they're getting pricing from different moving companies, it's a possibility that they've also inquired with U-Haul, how much is it going to cost to rent a truck to move from Chicago to Atlanta or Chicago to Dallas or whatever, right? So they're a good source for data. So Moving Help, for those that don't know, the website is actually movinghelper.com. I actually remember about 11, 12 years ago, it's been about since when U-Haul actually acquired the application, because this was privatized. About 11, 12 years ago, and U-Haul actually bought a movinghelper.com. So basically what you want to do is you want to go to movinghelper.com. You want to scroll down to the very bottom. Where is it at? Sign up today. Where is it at? Right here. Yeah, it's just sign up today. I'm already on the website. I'm tripping. Thinking I'm on the actual U-Haul website. So you just want to go sign up today. Make moves today. Put your name, your email, your phone number, create your password, and then sign up. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. They're strict. Not everybody that signs up for Moving Helper gets on. If you make a mistake, you'll never get another opportunity. They're really, really strict. All right. I never got a chance to put my company on Moving Helper, one, because I was a U-Haul dealer, right? I barely became a U-Haul dealer because I have a moving company, and it's like a conflict of interest, because someone could come in to rent a truck and I could just say, you know what? Don't rent the U-Haul truck. Just let us do the move, because we're going to make way more money. But the way I was able to become a U-Haul dealer and make that extra money is just being honest with the AFM and the marketing vice president. Like, we don't service our area. Like, and they completely understood, and they allowed me to be a dealer. But I couldn't be a dealer and then, do this at the same time. But for a person who lacks resources, lacks truck, like, you can literally start a business on here. To be honest with you, there's companies that get their start here and they never evolve into trucks. There's companies that make a shit ton of money just doing labor. They become the top service providers in their market, and they get booked all the time. U-Haul is the best place to go to do labor-only jobs. Why? Because right when a person is reserving their truck, after they reserve it, it tries to sell them pads and dollies and renting dollies and this, that, and third. And right before you get to the payment or the reservation screen, it says, hey, do you need help loading your truck? And then that first page gives you that top list of people in your area. And there's a percentage of people that say, hey, yeah, I do need help loading my truck. And then they can go through the options, right? And then before you close, it says, hey, do you need help unloading your truck? Especially if you're going long distance, it'll give you, the people in the area at the current zip code, and then the people in the area, obviously, at the new zip code. If it's local, it's going to give you the opportunity for that local company. And there's a percentage of people that select yes, and then they select the company. U-Haul handles the payment. They take, obviously, a percentage, but like, you're not going to get better marketing. You're not going to get put in front of as many customers as U-Haul, because U-Haul is the number one go-to source for self-moving. So if you're going to start a labor-only company, like, you have to be on Moving Helper. You have to be. You 100% have to be. You're going to get way more customers from that platform. All right? So be careful when you're going through the application process. Make sure you cross all your T's, dot all your I's. Do not lie. I don't know, what it is that Moving Helper has. And it's not even like AI, because this is how it was 10 years ago before AI exists. Like, whatever they got going on in the background, they're good. So don't lie. Be forthcoming, be honest, fill out the application right, because once you fill it out wrong, there's no second chances. All right. There's no second chances with this movinghelper.com. And the reason why is you're dealing with their customer. You're a contractor. U-Haul is, even though it's a publicly traded company, Joe Schoen, who is the son of the founder, his father He's still the founder. He's still the CEO of that company. Even though it's a publicly traded company, they're still very family tight-knit oriented. There's a lot of things. I'm very knowledgeable in U-Haul being a dealer and just, getting a chance as a dealer to tour one of their factories where they actually build their boxes out in Cherville, and just building a friendship with Tony, which was my AFM, right, who actually relocated out to corporate in Phoenix, Arizona, to work corporate out there, and we're still good pals to this day. So I have a lot of knowledge on U-Haul. So U-Haul is going to be my second option. If you're looking to come into this industry, starting a moving company, you lack resources, you don't have a truck, you can't afford to rent a truck, you can start very minimal. Yes, you're going to need some shrink wrap. Most cases, the customers are going to rent the dollies and things for you. So you just really need to have a team, a professional team, and just show up and do the job. Obviously, you want to know how to pack a truck effectively, because you're going to get scored, you're going to get reviewed, and based on how your reviews, go and accumulate, your score is ultimately going to be a determining factor of how many jobs you book in the future, right? So go to movinghelper.com. All right, that's going to be my second option. All right, my third option is going to be Facebook. All right, so Facebook Marketplace, I think it's cut and dry. Everybody knows what Facebook is nowadays. It's not polished, right? You're not going to get, like these esteemed customers. It's not something that's structured, but it works, right? This is something that I think a new person who is on the new, who has no footprint locally, you have to spread yourself in areas where a person who's tenured, who's seasoned, who's licensed, who has a customer base may not spend too much time marketing themselves, right? But Facebook is one of those places, I think, in 2026 where you need to go. You need to post every single day. You need to have different marketing. It's 2026. All right, it's a lot different than, when I got started. You can use free applications or free technology like ChatGPT and Gemini and things of that nature, the free versions, to generate you flyers. You don't have to pay a graphic designer now. This is something I had to do back in the day. I had to have a graphic designer do these different marketing things for me. And sometimes I had to, piece things together on my own, not polished as the things and professional looking as the things will work today, but they worked back then. Facebook Marketplace didn't exist when I got started. Everybody has been watching the channel knows how I started marketing myself in the early days, but Facebook is a tool that I think a person needs to use. You need to post every single day. You need to join local Facebook groups. You need to reply immediately, similar to, Thumbtack. I think this is an opportunity where beginners can start to get their first money. All right. I never used Facebook Marketplace. Obviously, it didn't exist, the marketplace, when I got started. But I think this is something that's a very valuable to use today. Now, the fourth tool I think a new person should use is going to be Craigslist. I'm going to pull Craigslist up because I was in the Discord last week and I was talking to one of the guys who does moving. And I was, recommending, well, he only uses Thumbtack and it was the end of the month. And I'm just like, bro, you ain't got nothing booked. It's the end of March. You ain't got nothing booked for Saturday, Sunday. And I was kind of questioning, like, what was he using Thumbtack? And I said, well, you ain't posting on Craigslist? And he was like, man, I ain't never even been on the website ever in my life. And it just kind of, I kind of felt funny because I'm like, damn, is it just I'm old, or is Craigslist like something that, like, I didn't really understand, like, how you ain't never been on Craigslist before. So he was like, man, I ain't never been on Craigslist. And when he went on there, I mean, in Discord, you talking like it was some ancient shit or some shit like that. I don't know, but check it out. Craigslist is, I think it's still a tool that a novice should use. It's not free anymore, unfortunately, because of, over time, bad actors just make it bad for good people, right? So because of, the way things are now, as far as, way more competition, obviously, the pandemic ushered in just, be your own boss. This whole box truck thing, you got people that got box trucks and you got people on there hustling, right? What happens when you have a flurry of people come in, they're going to do things like start to spam. So what Craigslist did to kind of thwart or just decrease the spamming was charge a minimal $5 fee per post. Now, that's how much it is in my market. I don't know if it's like that across the board. I don't know if some areas are free. I don't know if some areas it's more to post. But it's only like that what I noticed in certain sectors, and it's not just labor and moving. There's been certain sectors of Craigslist I've gone in, and you don't have to pay anything. So I think it's just probably labor and moving because it gets spammed a lot. It's a very economical customer, right? It can be shady at times, and there's going to be. It's not going to be the jobs where, it may be easy breezy. It's going to be, or let me not say that. It's going to be the type of customer that you want to get your feet wet with, right? Because these customers, they're not looking for the most efficient move. They're looking for the cheapest move. I need to get this shit from point A to point B the cheapest. So obviously their furniture or their belongings aren't restoration hardware or our house. They're hand-me-down. They're probably IKEA, things of that nature. Students, it's yuppies, it's people who are just, maybe, just not financially sound. They're renting rooms. So obviously they're not living in, well-to-do places. So you're able to make the mistakes of a novice without being held accountable for it, right? They're not going to trip that you scratch it because it's already scratched. They're not tripping that you bumped and nicked the wall because they're living in a place where the hallways are nicked and scratched from all the previous moves in and out anyway, right? It's not a place where you have to present a certificate of insurance to gain access into the building, or a place where you have to have a certificate of insurance to gain access into the building. And the engineer or the security is watching the move from start to finish because they're waiting for you to just, nick a wall or, pull a little piece of thread out of the rug in a hallway, or, bang this dresser into the elevator, even though it's padded, but the elevator is mirrored behind the pad and they're moving the pad back just to see, if you crack the mirror and shit like that, because they're looking to file that claim on your insurance. It's not that type of customer. So this will allow you to learn how to maneuver furniture in and out without being held accountable. That learning curve won't cost you. This is how I started. These are the type of customers that you're going to book on Craigslist. Now, it wasn't as sketchy back then. It wasn't sketchy at all as it is today. And like I could literally post an ad, before I left out the house to go do my first job back then. And by the end of the day, that ad that I posted 6 and 7 in the morning was still on the first page at the end of the day. In today's time, we could do a post right now, and by the time it goes live 4 or 5 minutes later, it's already on the 3rd or 4th page, because in real time, I'm not the only person posting an ad. There's a multitude of people posting an ad from a multitude of different emails for the same company, and there's a multitude of different people that are doing that same thing. So by the time my ad goes live, it's on the 3rd or 4th page already. It never saw the light of day on the first page. So you have to do this all day. Here's the thing: there's going to be some customers that they're going to go page to page, and they're going to dig, and they're going to be looking for the best best person. So it's all how you market yourself. What are you going to do in today's times where you're going to stand out, even if you do get buried on the third or the fourth page? What is different from your marketing? Why is your subject? What are you doing different in your subject title? Let's pull it up. That the other people are not doing. All right. This is all important. It's 2026. Things are a lot tougher now. Competition is a lot more fierce. All right. Let's pull it up here. Share. All right. So this is my local market. I can't blow it up because for some reason it does that with Craigslist. But let's see here. So basically what you're going to do is you're going to go to services right here, and then you're going to go to labor and move. This is where you're going to post your ads. So these are the ads that are currently up for labor and moving in Chicago. Let's take a look at the first one here. It was posted 24 minutes ago. Wow. Oh, wow. Maybe they charge more now. 2 hours ago, 5 hours ago. Now they tell you when it was posted. Guess it's not getting spammed anymore. I wonder why. Maybe they charge more to post now. That's a good sign. All right, so boom. Chicago Moving Company. Best price, 2 movers, 17-foot truck. Let's see what they got going on here. Let's just go through their ad. Got their number up, call us today. Same day moving service, packing service, free moving equipment, assembly and disassemble, labor only. They don't even have a truck. Oh, no, they offer labor only. Okay, they offer labor only as well. They got a 17-foot truck. Commercial and residential moves, no hidden charges. They don't have pricing, though. They don't have pricing. Let's find someone who has some pricing. A few good men to help you move. Let's see what these guys are talking about. Never heard of them. Metro loading service. Metro loading service. So it lets me know automatically they probably don't have a truck. Loading and unloading, packing, unpacking, in-house, pods, budget. Yeah, so they don't offer truck. All right, ABF trailers, My Box, U-Packs, Pack Rats. All of our men are background checked, 7 years in drug screen. We carry general liability. They only carry general liability. This is a loading and unloading service only and a packing service. There's their phone number. If you see posting on CO that says they provide a truck, get their ICC number. So basically what they're doing is since they don't have a truck and they're just a loading and unloading service, what they're doing is they're telling consumers, like, look, if they don't have their ICC number posted, they're not a legitimate company. So what they're doing is what we call tricking here in Chicago. You tricking. They tattle telling. And I look at it like this. Every licensed company that I know started under the table. Even 2 Men in the Truck started under the table. I don't trip on licensed movers. I never tripped on licensed movers because I started the same way. All right. But what they're doing is they're trying to use the old, I'm going to tell on you thing that's going to legitimize me into, playing this psychological thing that, come back and book me because I helped you not get scammed or whatever. So that's what they're doing. In Illinois, you got to have an ICC number. If you're in trucking in Illinois, I don't care if you're in general freight. I don't care if you're doing Amazon Relay, you're doing final mile. If you start a trucking business in the state of Illinois, you have to have an Illinois Commerce Commission number. You got to pay the mob. You got to pay them. They pay the cost to be the boss. A lot of guys that's in trucking out here, they don't have an ICC number. A lot of them don't know. Some of them, they find out, they don't care, they don't get it. But when the ICC pull up on your ass, the ICC police, they're going to treat you like you got dope in the back. They're going to pull you out, they're going to throw you up, and they're going to charge you. Some cases, they will take your vehicle, and if it's loaded, they're going to take the vehicle with all the shit on it. It's just what it is. So this is basically what they're saying. And, obviously, this is not a company that has trucks. All right, so all movers should show proof of insurance. Many posts on CL offering moving services are really just a man and a cell phone. So what they doing is a lot of telling, but it is what it is. All right, but this is just a labor-only company. All right, boom. Let's find a company that got some rates. Most of the people that are on Craigslist and across the country are not licensed. But this is why I'm telling you, if you on the new, this is where you go. This is Craigslist. This ain't Google. This ain't Thumbtack. This is where people get their bones. This is where people make their bones. You dig what I'm saying? Let's see. These don't have pricing. But let's look at this flyer. Vroom Vroom Movers, definitely not licensed. But they got an ad. This definitely looks like something that was done on ChatGPT. Vroom Vroom Movers, move fast, move smart, move with us. Professional movers, real high quality flyer. They got their website. They got their phone number. They got, different ads. Okay, they do got pricings. 2 men plus a truck, $60 an hour. Listen. We know what we dealing with. And they throwing another 25% off the first order. $60 an hour for 2 men. This is what you're competing with. 3 men, $85 an hour. That's a no-no. But here's the thing: if you own the new, your operational cost is very, 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 very low. So you're gonna have to compete. You can't charge big dog prices, and you ain't a big dog. It's 2026. We got a lot of Venezuelans. We got a lot of Ecuadorians that came into this marketplace, and they got money, and they can operate for less. So this is the landscape that you're competing against. 2 men in a truck for $60 an hour. I swear for God on everything I love. When I got started back in the day, it was the cheapest back then would go 2 men in a truck for $65 an hour. This is over 14, 15 years ago. So 2 men today for $60 an hour, that's $30 an hour a man. That's low. But this is where you make your bones. This is where you get your money. This is how you compete. So this is the marketplace in 2026. They're offering any day move, best price, free packing, free assembly, free disassembly, free quotes, free tools, free blankets. No charges for the first flight of stairs. So they're definitely charging for stairs after the first flight, which that's kind of shady, I would think. No any hidden charges or fee based on the how this sentence is written. We know what we're dealing with. I'm not going into specifics because people get in their feelings. No any hidden charges or fee. No any hidden charges or fee. We know what we're dealing with. This is what you got to compete against. No any hidden charges or fee. So based on the price and based on how they, write this out, you know what you're dealing with, big dog. How I would combat that on the new, if I was on the new right now, under the act, yeah, I would do $30 an hour, man, no problem. Got to do what you got to do, right? Still making great money. You know what I'm saying? $20 an hour, making $10 an hour, let's say $25 an hour. I'm on the truck, so I'm making my 30, plus I might make another 10 off the helper. Got to do what I got to do, big dog. It's the name of the game right now, pimp. They posting for $30 an hour, moving labor. Community moving labor partnership, bringing workers in the community together. Who was these guys? Who was them guys? Let's see who them is. I don't know who these guys is. This look like a landscaping company that's moonlighting to make extra money. Well, yeah, they definitely moving labor, junk removal, handyman. They just do it all. So we know they not licensed. They throwing junk and your household shit in the goddamn going truck. Look at this. Look at the dresser. How they got it. They got the U-Haul. Oh, this is a U-Haul truck. So they renting the truck. They hustling. This is how you make your bones, ladies and gentlemen. This is the competition. They got the trailer. They renting trucks. They got them a little open trailer. Go right there. There you go right there. Got him a wrench right there. You dig what I'm saying? He breaking this stuff down. He's showing you the wrench. He's showing you he got a wrench. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. Shout out to Juan in the building. Hey, Juan, you right on time. Shout out to Juan in the building. You dig what I'm saying? He's showing you he got the wrench. Go to U-Haul truck. They showing you they won 5-star review with it. A 4.7 on Google. All right? This is a goddamn lie. This right here is a goddamn lie. They weren't on no Fox. Didn't nobody write about them in none of these places. Why? Because they under the act, bro. This is all to finesse a consumer that just don't know no better. This is all to finesse a consumer who just don't know no better. All right, they under the act. Amigos, there they go right there. Here go Kimbo Slice. I don't know what they doing right here. You dig what I'm saying? You dig? They got women. What? Listen. They gonna take whoever they can get. They trying to get whoever they can get. They got the woman out here. Obviously, these pictures might be a little dated. She got on the face mask. She need to cover up them locks. You dig what I'm saying? But, you know, I don't know if that's, I can't really tell. But, yeah. All right. So, I don't know. They got a lot of shit going on with these people. But once again, this Craigslist, you dig what I'm saying? Now, let's look at their price points. They only do labor only. But we see they renting trucks, too. So, 0 to 2 hours, $110, $55 an hour if you use both hours. Really, really cheap. They ain't charging no truck. They just charging you flat labor, $110 for 2 hours. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, this is what y'all up against. Woo! Listen, it's different out here nowadays. It's different out here nowadays, man. See, I always say ain't no such thing. It's always going to be somebody that can out-compete you. Even in where I made my money. Listen, the border was open for 4 years. It was open. I don't go look on Craigslist. This is like the first time I looked on Craigslist. It's the first time I looked in the Craigslist probably since the last time I did a live stream like this. I don't have any business in moving and labor at this point in my life on Craigslist. So I'm looking at this and I'm just comparing it to when I was on Craigslist and just seeing how it's just, I'm just thinking like, bro, like what would I have to do even with my knowledge base to compete against this? That's why I be telling y'all, like, yo, I like, there's always somebody that can do this shit cheaper, bro. There's no such thing. But what I would do is I wouldn't complain. I would get it out. I'm not gonna let nobody that can't write complete sentences beat me, bro. I'm gonna do what I gotta do. I'm gonna undercut them. I'm gonna work on an even thinner profit margin, and I'm gonna have to get them out the way. Why? Because I understand that, yo, I need to get a footprint. So I gotta do what I gotta do. I'm not gonna let nobody that can write a right sentence beat me, bro. Sorry. I ain't gonna complain about it. I'm gonna go ahead and do it. It is what it is. I'm gonna beat them because I'm not even trying to compete against them. They doing labor only. It's not even my competition. I'm only focusing on people that got trucks. Okay, how do we leverage ourselves? Boom, we got a truck. All right, so boom. Now what we gonna do with the people that got trucks? Boom, let's see. And listen, I'm in a big ass market. I'm not in middle America. And look at the competition, what they charging now. This is crazy to me. I'm spending time on this because this is very interesting. This is a great case study. Kingsley Movers. Okay, they got a Gmail. We already know they not under they under the act, right? Because a professional company, if they have a website, they do have a website. All right. It's cheap to get a website now. But here's where the acumen comes in. If I got a website, I'm also going to get the package that gives me emails where my handle is my website. right? So if I'm Kingsley Movers, my website is going to be sales@kingsleymovers.com or info@kingsleymovers.com. My direct email is going to be mark@kingsleymovers.com. Why? Because I'm going to get a package where I'm going to pay extra for 5 email addresses or 10 email addresses for the year, or I'll pay the extra $2 a month for an additional how many emails times $2 a month. Why? Because I want to be professional, right? So I look at things like this. You got a website, but your email is a Gmail? Come on, bro. I'm giving you the sauce right here, right? Because it's people that look at things like that, right? Boom. An email handle is $1.99. All right, boom. So full service, they ain't got no prices. All right, let's find somebody with some prices. So spend a little time on Craigslist because I think this is where a lot of you need to make your bones at. You dig what I'm saying? Let's go. Let's find. All right, boom. Happy Home Mover. Happy Home Mover. Real chat GPT flyers. What I'm saying, like your marketing should be on point nowadays. They offering 20% off your first move. That's their marketing because most people that are going to contact them is going to be their first move. 2 to 5 movers available, same day or any day. Ability to move multiple trips. They don't have pricing. Let's see. All right, we got to find somebody with some pricing, bro, because this is sketchy too. Did we click on this $30 an hour? Oh, we already got them. That's community. They on the low, though. They on the low with it. It is what I'm saying. Hold on. Professional movers, 224. Chicago moving, local and long distance. I don't really like their flyer because the font blends in with the background, that gray, and I don't like that. It doesn't jump out at you. All right. I don't understand what's the point of this picture. Not good marketing. You just got a guy's back with a Nike Just Do It. I don't even know what this is right here. And those are only 2 pictures they got. Not good marketing for sure. No prices. All right. Let's keep going. Now, this is very alarming to me that no one is putting their prices. Right. So this lets me know if I'm a person who has to compete in this landscape and I'm seeing this, this is right. What we're doing right now, we're doing a competitive analysis. I'm analyzing my competition, right? So pay attention to what I'm doing. One of the first things that's jumping out at me is nobody has their rates listed. So they can bait and switch all day long. I'm going to put my rates. This is what's going to separate me from the rest of the people. I'm transparent. It's there already. It's cut and dry. This is what's going to stand out to a consumer who has gone through the same amount of people as me that's looking for a mover. Me and the $30 an hour people are the only people that have got jobs posted. We ain't no bait and switch here. It is what it is. It's there. It's in black and white. It's $50 an hour. It's $65 for 2 minutes. It's $85 an hour for 3. It's $100 an hour for 2. Whatever it is, it's there. It's in black and white. I can't contest it. This is what we're doing right now is a competitive analysis. I'm analyzing these guys. Their pictures suck. This guy has a white font over a gray background. I can't even see it. It's a junk removal. Let's see. We looked at these guys already. Did they have pricing? Is this Chat GPT? Yeah. So this is not even real. They did this. This is a fictitious picture. You could tell, all right? There's no ICC number right here. Even if they don't have a DOT or MC in the state of Illinois, an ICC number, fine as long as you're within the state. That's all they care about. You got an ICC, they don't care about a DOT, MC. You don't need it for the state of Illinois. Just an ICC number will get you by as long as you're within the state of Illinois. They don't have neither. This is a fictitious picture. This is put on there, all right? Let's see here. if you watch that video where I show my journey, you seen all my trucks, I put my ICC number bold, bigger than the DOT. I want the Illinois Commerce Commission. My ICC number is real big. Leave my shit alone. Leave my trucks alone. All right, look. All right, so boom. Aaron's Reliable. I know Aaron's Reliable. This is a licensed company. Go their ICC number right there. All right. So let's see what Aaron's got going on. They don't have their pricing either. Aaron's is they're really good. They focus on a lot of antique shit. All right, they ain't got no pricing, so let's go. They wouldn't be your competition anyway. $45 an hour, phase 1 movers and hauling. Let's see what phase 1 got. This is all they got. Honest, motivated movers with the best rates in town, local and long distance service available. $45 hour, 2-hour minimum. That's all they got, y'all. This is their ad right here. Ladies and gentlemen, this is their ad. But focus on that price. This is Chicago. This is what competition looks like on the new. On the new. In today's time, Caesar. Cesar. Caesar. Call or text Caesar. Caesar said, man, I'm going to send you 2 guys for a Michael Jordan. He said, look, we in Chicago now. Everything got to be centered around Michael Jordan. You dig what I'm saying? He said, we're going to do it for the finale. You dig what I'm saying? Michael Jordan? Michael Jordan, 45. 45, Caesar said 45. You get 2 guys. All in. We're going to come knock it out for you, pimp. What you going to do? Listen. I ain't seen this as I just said we go. So I didn't like pre-look at this. This shit is amazing to me, bro. These people then came over here and they said, we finna, listen, you know what they saying? They said, man, we finna get them up out the way. They finna get you up out the way. What you gonna do? Listen, I ain't finna hold you, bro. I don't know what to do with this. I have no answer for this, bro. I have no answer for this. Even Mark got a goddamn it. I don't know, bro. I don't got no response for this one, pimp. I couldn't meet this one, pimp. Even if I was working on a pickup truck, the most I would still have to pay a dude a dub. That's the only way I could see doing this, bro. I would be literally still on a pickup truck. Me and a helper daily, I'm paying him a dub an hour. It's the only way this is gonna work. And I'm making a 25 an hour. That's the only way this is gonna work. I have no response for this, ladies and gentlemen. Caesar in Washington Park. Listen, they based out of Washington Park. That's 051 million them, bro. How Caesar over there with the 051 Young Money? That's with them, 600. They right on the other side of Washington Park. They right over here on 600. Y'all watch YouTube? I'm from the rack. This 600 right over there. This 600. 051 and them right down there. Caesar somewhere up in here. Caesar over there too. Caesar over there too. Oh, listen. I don't know, y'all. I'm gonna look at 2 more of these. Buddy ass ain't got his. What's the sense of this, bro? Why do you? What sense does this make, bro? This is your competition. Like, I don't understand what sense this is, man. What is this? He's letting you know he's Irish. I get it, bro. I get it. All right, let's see what he got. He ain't got nothing, packing, unpacking, phone number, blah, blah, blah. Point I'm saying that none of this shit stands out to me, bro. None of this shit, like it's all the same. Nothing stands out. Like you got to do something that's going to jump out at you. I'm going to give you some sauce right now. What I used to do. Let's look at one more and then I'm going to give you some sauce, bro. I'm going to give you some sauce. How many people we got in here? 50 people? Yeah, we don't expect a lot of people to move and shit. Let's find $30. I think that's the community people. Yeah. Community people and C's are the only ones that's being honest out here in these streets. Let's see. Monster moving two movers. Let's see what they are. Real generic shit. They not utilizing technology right now. $49 an hour for 2 men, bro. Starting, bro. There you go, lady. I don't know. $49 an hour. Truck fee depends on distance. No additional charges for the first flight of stairs. See, this is where they're getting you. I'm doing up to 3 flights on the cost of the hourly. 3 flights. Anything after 3 flights, then we charge you. All right. Free tools, free blankets, free disassembly, free packing and unpacking, same day packing, free moving equipment, assembly, blah, 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 blah. Same shit, bro. Nothing's different. The only thing that they doing is they putting a cheap ass price in the subject. All right, so boom. Here's how you do something to stand out. First thing that's going to jump out at an individual is like when I'm scrolling, right? So I'm going to have a multitude of different ads. I'm going to have my moving ad. I'm going to have me a delivery ad, a general moving ad. I'm going to have me a general delivery ad, and then I'm going to have promos. So I'm going to do a $99 couch promo, sofa promo, $99 mattress and box spring polo. I'm going to do a $99 sofa delivery promo, a $99 mattress and box spring delivery promo. I'm going to do a $99 IKEA delivery promo. I'm going to do promos. So I'm going to have a multitude of different ads that are going to target specific customers. I'm not going to rely like how you see community. They just running the same ad all day long, which is cool. But I'm going to run this ad, but then I'm going to run another multitude of different ads that are going to target a person that's just looking to move a mattress in a box spring. I'm going to target a person that's looking for sofa. I'm going to target a person that's looking to do an IKEA run. I'm going to target a person that just needs a dorm. I'm going to target studio movers. I'm going to target just a few things. I'm going to target all these different things, and I'm going to have different marketing and different ads for each one. I'm going to have pictures. Everything is going to be professional. I'm not going to give anybody any reason to doubt, even though we're under the table like all these people are. I wouldn't post this. Me personally, I wouldn't post this. Why? One, it's not rap. If I'm a mover, I'm gonna show it's rap. 2, I'm gonna look at this shit. I know what this is. This is where the handles, but to a customer, they could look at that shit as damage, right? I'm not posting this shit. Like I don't understand. Like, what is this for? Like, what? This to me, this serves no purpose, right? If I'm moving, I don't care about thumbs up to a customer. I want to show the quality. I want to show us in the act. I want to show that we're professional. I want to show that we're going to take care of your items. I'm not going to waste an upload. I'm not going to waste a picture. I don't understand this. A lot of your competition on here is, you know what they are. They don't understand this. The consumer is like me and you. So what I want to show is I want to differentiate that one, we're here. We can use correct English, but also we can outthink them. See, they don't understand marketing. I'm not going to post a picture like that. That's a waste of picture. I'm trying to sell a service. So I'm going to show, you're going to see a truck that's packed properly. Everything wrapped. You're going to see movers in the act of wrapping. You're going to see wrapped goods where it's wrapped 360 degrees all the way around. Then that shrink wrap on it. You're going to see that tape under that shrink wrap. This is not selling me. Fuck I care about this dude for? I don't care about him and his thumbs up. But I wouldn't post this either. Nothing on here is wrapped. Your mattress is on here. This is a U-Haul truck. I know that this truck has a high turnover. I don't know who moved on this truck before me. Why is it my mattress wrapped? Why is it my mattress wrapped? What are you doing to protect my mattress from bed bugs and from dirt? This is where you kill these people at. He's carrying the bookshelf. It's not wrapped. What's the point of this? It's a waste of marketing. But it goes back to what I'm saying. This is your competition. So we know we can't beat them on the price. We got to beat them here. It's consumers out there. Listen. We're going to speak the real, bro. We're going to speak the real. Hit the like button. That won't hire them. It's a person that's going to look, and you might be $15, $20 more, but if your ad pops, it's professional, and all your marketing, your images showcase quality. A person will book this. You know what? I like this isn't gonna sell me, bro. I don't like what. Why would I book them? Because y'all smiling at me in a U-Haul. This is a U-Haul truck, bro. So right now, what we're doing a competitive analysis. How do we beat these guys? We can't be 45 an hour with a box truck. We can't do it. I'm telling you this. Mark always gonna be transparent. I couldn't do it. On the new, if I had to compete and create, I can't do it for the $59. Michael Jordan, I can't do it. I'm gonna have to showcase I'm smart. My pictures are gonna be immaculate. My verbiage that I write out is gonna be clear cut and to the point. My pricing is gonna be notated. My images are gonna reflect the service. Two, if you are hustling and you're doing a multitude of different things, you need to separate them. Right? One, I'm confused now as a consumer. I do labor, junk, handyman, everything. Listen, I would do separate ads for everything. I don't understand why, like, all right, so let's get out of here, bro. Let's get out of here. All right, so boom. This is what you're dealing with on Craigslist now. This is Craigslist, but this is a starting point for most people. I ain't finna hold you. It's tough out here now. Competition is tough. All right, so you got to get it how you get it. Now let's talk. Building your own website. So now we talking about SEOing versus I would consider the hustle. In the beginning, you building, you on the new, you utilizing platforms like Craigslist, you hustling. Building a website, proper SEO and search engine optimization, which, you know, if done correctly over a period of time, it's going to boost you higher in the Google rankings. It's going to bring you, you know, website traffic, and it's great for like long-term branding, but that takes time. It takes a skill set. It takes work. And, you know, building a website today isn't going to equate to calls tomorrow, right? High quality leads though, when a person finds you directly through Google from your website. consistent flow later. A lot of these customers, because they're high quality, are going to be repeat customers, and they're also going to refer you to other people. Higher paying clients, the people that go through Google, these are going to be the higher paying clients. These are not the people that are sourcing people on Craigslist. These people don't go to Craigslist, right? The cons in building a website, which I think you should have a website, but don't think it's going to result to immediate results, is it's going to take months for that spider to crawl your website, right? That spider has to crawl that website, and it has to put you in that algorithm. And then you're competing against other companies that have great SEO. And then you're also competing against Thumbtack. You're also competing against Angie's and other larger platforms, TaskRabbit. So you're not just competing against, other companies that spend money for these agencies that know how to SEO a website really, really well to keep them on the first page of Google in that local market. You're competing against these big tech companies as well. And that takes time. That spider has to crawl that website, and you have to have the right keywords and all that shit to search engine optimize your website so it can get you on that first and second page. So it's not going to be immediate. Now, the hustle is going to bring you fast money. You go to something like a Craigslist, you can literally put an ad today and get a call for a same-day job, right? So it's more immediate, right? The marketplace is more immediate. There's no barrier to entry in some aspects. I don't know if Craigslist is charging a fee now. It may be still charging a $5 fee. You can literally start today. You can post an ad today, and there's a high possibility that you can get a call for same-day action. Thing is, it's inconsistent, right? More inconsistent today than it once was. Why? Because there's a lot more competition. There's nothing in the market right now like a crisis that's going to, it's moving season now, but that's not like a crisis like when I came in where people were losing homes. Lower ticket jobs. These are the price points that you're dealing with as far as your competition, right? You're posting on Craigslist. I'm going to be honest with you. You're not going to be able to compete in this landscape charging $100 an hour for 2 men. You're just not. It's going to be very difficult to compete in this landscape. So if I was on the new, coming in right now, seeing what I'm seeing, I would have to market myself differently on different platforms. So if I was on Thumbtack, I would have Thumbtack pricing. Why? Because I'm paying for leads. There's no way I would be able to pay. There's leads on Thumbtack that are going to cost you $45, $50. Right? So my Thumbtack price points would be higher, right, than my Craigslist price points. And I would have to differentiate, based on the consumers when they call, right? My Craigslist price points, I'm setting those price points to compete with my competitors on Craigslist. I wouldn't be able to charge $100 an hour when my competition is charging $49. They're charging $110 for 2 hours, no truck fee. They're charging, we saw $30 an hour, man. We saw $65 an hour. There's no way I would be able to compete at 100, at 90. So I would have to have specialized pricing for Craigslist. I would probably come on Craigslist and really focus on my delivery specials. Now, here's a guy with a Sprinter van. He does pressure washing, moving, and hauling. Right? Pressure washing, moving, and hauling, starting at $80 flat rate. So we're in the age of the hustle. So it's a lot more competition out here, ladies and gentlemen. 2 Pro movers at $75 an hour. All right. Now, we get why he's charging $75. He has his own box truck. He has a nice array of blankets, professional blankets. I don't like the back of this truck as far as it looks like he's doing other shit. I know what happened back here. These wood floors, after a while, they start to dry rot. So instead of him pulling out all the wood, he just put wood on top of it. He has some big cap dollies, about 5 or 6 of them. He got look like a Milwaukee hand truck. Got some good quilted blankets over there. But he has his own truck. He's showcasing used equipment. I don't like the fact that he's using Home Depot shrink wrap. This raises an eyebrow to me. Got his door stoppers right here. Got his ratchets. Got his wardrobe boxes lined up. Basically what this shows me, he has some moving experience. He's charging $75 an hour for 2 movers. There's a one-time $40 to $75 surcharge for truck, fuel, miles, supplies. He has a very, very, very low truck fee. Very, 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 very low. His truck fee ranges from $40 to $75, and obviously that's going to be based on where the job is. Truck includes tape and blankets for furniture, $6 for efficiency, speed packs. I don't see any speed packs. I see wardrobe boxes. Tools to disassemble, reassemble couches, beds, tables, doors. Free options for plastic bags for beds, $10 each, optional. He's charging for U-Haul mattress bags, which you can see right here. That's a U-Haul mattress bags. And started just utilizing the shrink wrap to wrap the mattress. So he operates from 7 to 10. So even still, this is, $75 an hour is where I was starting at when I got my first 16-foot box truck for 2 men over a decade ago. He's charging $75 an hour in 2026 at a starting truck fee of $40 an hour. Very, very low. But this is the competition that you have to deal with in the hustle. Hustle is going to get you that immediate cash flow. There's no barrier to entry. Ladies and gentlemen, you can start today, and the prices are going to be low. Prices are low. They're going down, ladies and gentlemen, due to the competition. It is what it is. You got to start somewhere. Start with the hustle, though. I'm going to be honest with you. Start with the hustle. I think people still need to start in a situation like Craigslist. This is where you're going to get your bones, make your bones at, and then build into a more structured, legitimate, licensed business when you can take on the risk and you can afford to take on the risk because you have all the bills that come along with it. The licensing, and then you're going into more established homes where the learning, those mistakes are going to cost you, right? Workers' comp, right? You start a licensed moving company, you're going to have to pay for workers' comp. General liability is going to be higher than general freight, commercial auto, and everything else that comes along with it. And then if you're in a state like mine, you're going to have to pay additional fees. But you're going to be going into more established homes, marble, higher, price points for furniture, and you need to be skilled when you get to that point. That's why I recommend that you start somewhere like on Craigslist. All right, so you start there and then you build to a more licensed professional mover. The reason why a lot of people have a hard time, I think, building and scaling is because they focus on the wrong things. If you follow my blueprint and you start small, what you're doing is you're building a customer base, and the customer is growing with you. You're growing with the customer. The customer refers you to people. You're building a footprint in your local market. What I've come to learn just from talking to people versus on here that call in or on the Discord is everybody's chasing these high dollar amount jobs. And I just think that's just not what you should be doing when you're a novice. You should be focusing on repeat customers, right? You want retention, right? You want to be able to retain those customers so that they can continue to come back to you, but you also want to refer them. You need to build a footprint. You need to put yourself in front of more people, not less. I wouldn't be doing houses. You move a house, you'll never probably see these people again. Why waste time? You want visibility. You want a person who every single year they're going to be calling you and they're going to be referring you to their friends. You want to build a customer base, and you cannot build a customer base by coming into the business like so many of these guys call in and come into the Discord, and you want to move mansions and 4 and 5 bedrooms. It sounds good. Oh, I want to move mansions, but you'll never see those people again. If they live in a mansion, their friends probably live in mansions, which means they have nobody to refer you to because they're already set. They're settled. So you want to deal with smaller jobs so that you can build a bigger footprint. All right. You don't want to operate. You're looking, you don't want to build a business that you're always in survival mode. You want to build a business to the point where half of your customer base after a couple of years is repeat and referral customers. You don't want to be like some of these guys that call into the show and they're in year 3 and they're still trying to survive. By year 3, year 4, like you should be getting 50% of your calls, 40% of your calls, 60% of your calls should be repeat and referrals. It's simple. You want a footprint. What else? Property managers. Storage facilities. I think you only need to print a limited amount of flyers and business cards in 2026. And they're not for consumers. They would be specifically for people like property managers, storage facilities, things like that. It'd be 200, 100, 150, 200, 250 flyers. Go to every single storage facility in town. Every single storage facility, for the most part, has that pegboard where you see all the moving companies with their business cards and their flyers pinned to the board. You take it a step further. You pin about 4 or 5 of them up there. And then you ask to speak to the property manager at the storage facility. You say, hey, I got a small moving company and I would like to build a relationship with you and I would like to incentivize you for sending us job opportunities. Anybody that, asks, do you guys have any movers that you recommend? Instead of you pointing them to that board, just refer them to me. And for every move you refer, obviously we got to come here and do the move. I'm getting started. I'm new. I'm on every job. I'm on the truck. I will personally hand you $50 or $75 for every job you refer me. Is it going to cut into the, your bottom line? Absolutely. But that's a job that you wouldn't have had if they didn't refer you. You're still making money. All right. They're the first point of contact. It goes back to like what I said with moving help. If you have a labor only, you need you all. Why? Because they have the customers. The customers you need, they're the first point of contact. You need them. You need the storage facility. You may have 2 jobs that you booked off the muscle, right? But now here comes that third job that you wouldn't have had, but because you have a relationship and it's costing you $50 to acquire that customer, it's still more money going into your pocket at the end of the day. It's business. There's a customer acquisition cost. Sometimes it's more, sometimes it's nothing. But in a situation like this, you can use it as a filler. It might be a day where you absolutely had nothing booked, but now here's some cash flow coming into your business. And you need to go do that at every single storage facility in your local town. Interior designers, staging companies, realtors. I always talk about my relationship with At Properties. Staging condos and homes. All this stuff with these realtors, they keep it in a multitude of different storage units and they hire movers to go take the stuff out of storage, take it to the new place, drop it off, and they stage it. Then you got to come back and pick it up once the place is sold and either take it back to storage or take it to another place that they want to have staged. Interior designers. These are people that have storage facilities where, they have things for staging, but then they also will utilize movers to go to warehouses to pick things up brand new and move the stuff to the place and then either help with staging or assembly and help staging. I talked about a contract that I had with this lady who had a really, I think she's retired now, married, really successful interior design place here, and real high end. And she hired my company. We were already working with her, but she made her and Jamal Crawford's wife became really good friends because she did a lot of interior work for Jamal Crawford when he played for the Bulls, and then obviously when he got traded to the Clippers, Jamal Crawford's wife still used Mary to do all the interior designing for their home out in California. And then when he got traded to the Timberwolves, it was the end of his career. They rented a house, and instead of them moving because he knew he was going to retire in LA, they just rented a house in Minnesota. Mary called me. She asked me for a price. I gave her a price. She bought everything from Coaster. Right? So I sent a 26-footer to Coaster. It was a full 26-foot truck of stuff from Coaster out in Des Plaines. Brought that stuff back to my warehouse, transitioned that stuff from the truck that I sent up to Coaster, put it into a warehouse. When it got time, like a day or two later, to take that stuff up to Minnesota, put that stuff in the 26-footer, and I went on that job because I wanted to make sure it went well. And she was very adamant about send your best guys. This is for Jamal Crawford. It needs to go right. So I took 2 guys and I left the office and I went up there and made sure that shit was right. He wasn't there. His wife wasn't there. But I just wanted to make sure things went well. I didn't want these guys to be fanned out just in case he was there, but they weren't there. A few of his items were there. Some memorabilia had already got shipped there. But, you want to have a rapport with interior designers. You want to have a rapport with storage companies. You want to have a rapport with realtors, because this presents opportunities for you throughout the year. Multitude of jobs throughout the year. If you live in a big market and you're with a realtor or a realtor agency that sells a lot of properties, you're talking about 50 plus properties or 50 plus opportunities a year for staging. All right. I think a lot of people's mindset as it pertains to moving is kind of off. A lot of you guys, ask the question, how, when you come to me, how do I get a job? I need you to start looking at, how do I get a customer that I can keep forever? And this is something I always reiterate, repeat customers. This is the mindset. So from day one, even if you're operating on a platform, and this is something that I've been very, very good at, even very early on, even though when you're just getting your bones, you're making your bones and you're on the new, you don't want to look like these guys. You don't want to look like these guys. You don't want to look. Where's Caesar at, man? Let's find Caesar. Where's Caesar? Community. Where's Caesar at? Let's find Caesar again. Where are you at, Caesar? Cesar. Is this Caesar? This is like, look at Caesar, bro. This is all the effort he put into his ad. He's already got you beat on the price. He's going to get calls because there's a lot of people out here that just need shit moved from point A to point B. Their stuff isn't really, in tip-top shape. Like I said, they're renting a room. They're not, well off. They may be moving from one shelter to another. I don't know, but there's people out here. Not everybody is well off. Not everybody can afford movers. Not everybody can even afford $75 an hour. So there's people out here that, their shit ain't worth paying it. They ain't have the money. So they're going to absolutely call Caesar. But let's look at the effort Caesar put in. We know who Caesar is. We know who Caesar is. Even though you're competing on the new in this landscape, your presentation should still look like you're a multi-million-dollar company. Why? Because this is what most of the people on Craigslist look like. You got to find ways to stand out. You got to show that you're putting forth effort. And then you'll get results. I guarantee you'll get results. Sometimes you don't beat guys like this by playing the pricing game. You got to find other ways to beat them. I wouldn't try to compete from a price. It's not going to happen. You can't beat a person that comes from a third world country. $45 an hour for two guys. For these guys, they're rich. It's facts. These guys come from conditions that you and I couldn't even fathom. It's facts. We can't beat them there. Can't beat them. These are facts. This is where we at now out here in these streets. So you got to beat them in other ways. All right. Closing customers. Now, this is where a lot of y'all I don't know, bro. Like I be talking to some of y'all. We do the little role playing and shit like that. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, turn on post notifications. This is where you lose money at, bro. This is where y'all get it messed up at, bro. I get it, bro. I understand. I get it. But when you're coming into business, we got to learn how to turn the hood ebonics off, bro. We got to learn how to turn it on and turn it off, man. Customer calls you. They tell you the scope of the job. Your response shouldn't be, yeah, I can do it. How much stuff you got? It's not how you talk to a customer. That's weak. There's no structure there. There's no authority there. It's just, that's what Caesar would say. That's what Caesar would say. I'm just keeping it a buck. Caesar it's gonna be broken when he says it too. It's gonna be broken. It's gonna be broken English. But that's some shit Caesar would say. I'm telling you what to do. Some people may not like it, but this is what we own. You got to let a person know that you're articulate, you're educated, you're smart. They can communicate with you effectively. If they hire you, when you're there, you guys can communicate. You don't want to be the person that they know is from here, but then you scare them off to the point where they just rather go deal with Caesar. So when a customer calls you, and we've done these mock things before, you return the customer. Hey, this is Mark calling from Get It Out the Mud Movers and Storage. I got an inquiry here a few minutes ago regarding an upcoming move. Just wondering if you had a little time to chat about it. See, you wouldn't know Mark from over East. You wouldn't know Mark was from over East if I said it like that. You would be like, nah, ain't no way that dude from over East. Over East past Stony? Man, he farther east than that. He passed, goddamn it, South Chicago. He that far over East. Oh, no, ain't no way. No, yeah, way. You wouldn't know it. Why? Because I turned it off. I turned it off. Why? Because that's not going to equate to that munyon. Ain't that what y'all call it down there? I ain't going to get no munyon like that. I got to turn the business on. Good afternoon. Hey, this is Mark calling from Get It Out the Mud Movers and Storage. Just got an inquiry about 10, 15 minutes ago regarding an upcoming move. Do you have a few minutes where we could chat? Sure. I'm so glad you called. I've just been so stressed about this upcoming move. And, I just want to get this part out the way. All right. Well, I got a few questions for you. First of all, where are you moving from? Can you give me a little details regarding the upcoming move? Where are you moving from? Where are you moving to? Is it a studio? Is it a 1-bedroom, 2-bedroom? Sure. So we're moving from I'm moving my daughter. All right. She's a graduate student at the University of Chicago, and she lives in Hyde Park, but she doesn't live on one of the campus property. So we're moving her from a third floor walk up on Hyde Park Boulevard, and we're moving her into Regent's Park. We're moving her into the North Tower. She's going to be on the 30th floor, and it's going to be a corner unit. Oh, that's great. I'm very familiar with Regent's Park. Did you say she's moving in the North or the South Tower? She's moving in the North Tower. Oh, great. The elevator over in the North Tower is a lot more convenient. And you said she's on the 3rd floor on Hyde Park Boulevard? You might give me the address for that? Pulling up. Okay, I see. All right. There's no alley access, so we're gonna have to probably double park on the street. For that, I would recommend 3 guys. 3 guys is going to cost you $150 an hour with a 2-hour minimum. There's going to be a $150 truck fee for that. And based on what you're telling me, we're probably looking at somewhere between 2 to 4 hours based on the items that you told me. But I think based on everything you told me, we should probably be somewhere in the maybe 3.5 hour mark. Well, I was just thinking too, guys, she really doesn't have that much because she has roommates. It's a 3-bedroom apartment on Hyde Park Boulevard. And her contents are just in her bedroom. So she really just has a twin size mattress, about 10 to 15 boxes of her books. Like I said, she is a graduate student, a small dresser. And then she has one of those chest of drawers that comes from Target, the plastic one. And then a few other odds and ends and things of that nature, right? Boom. This is how I get them, right? And that's, I understand that. So the reason why I say 3 movers, it is on the 3rd floor. All right. So what we want to do is we want to do a relay. I want guys that are going to be upstairs packing and loading and bringing things down to the truck. And then there's going to be a guy that's on the truck packing, right? It's going to make it more of an efficient move. And then also that 3rd guy that's on the truck packing, he stays with the truck at all times. I'm just going to be honest with you. I'm going to be very transparent with you. It's kind of rough out here now. It's not like what it used to be. Sometimes people scope these trucks out. They see them moving and things start to grow legs, walk away. I don't know. But, it serves that 3rd guy that's packing the truck serves a purpose. You know what? That does make sense because there's been a lot of things going on campus. Like, matter of fact, did you see the viral video last night about that teen takeover that actually happened in Hyde Park where they were running up the cars? And literally, I'm going off of the role playing right now. This really happened last night. I'll actually pull it up. Like, they really took over Hyde Park, University of Chicago, wilding out last night. I'll pull it up. Yeah, I did hear about that. It was all over. More reason why we need 3 guys. That 3rd guy, he's going to be packing, but he's going to stay down at the truck. And then the other part is an elevator. Elevator buildings do tend to take a little bit longer because the movers have to touch the things a multitude of time from the truck to the elevator, up, unload the elevator. And you did say she's in the corner unit. I'm very familiar with Regent's Park. That is a nice distance from the freighter. Yeah, you're right. It is. We did the walkthrough. You know what? Let's go with 3 movers. You're right. I do want somebody to stay down at the truck, right? And it's going to be pretty much the same price because 2 movers is going to take a little bit longer. Price is going to come to the same pretty much anyway. It's just the 3 guys will just be done quicker. Booked. Done deal. Done deal. So, I have to turn off my way I would talk to my friends, or this is professional. I'm dealing with a consumer. Not only am I dealing with a consumer, I'm trying to sell, bro. I don't. The only other time I want to talk to them is on moving day, when they call in and they're closing out their job. I don't want them calling nobody else. I want to call them when I'm on the phone. This is my one shot. And I'm going to get them. So, I'd be trying to tell y'all young bucks, you did what I'm saying. Like, y'all want to come into the business, y'all going to have to change it. Like, y'all going to have to learn how to talk professional. It ain't talking white, right? There's no such thing as, he talking white. There's no such thing as that, bro. There's no color on proper English. It's just proper English. You're enunciating your words. It's proper English, bro. There's no such thing. You talking like a white man. Like, what is a white man's like? Like, what does that sound like, bro? There's no color. Like, it's just proper English, bro. You can still be hood. You can still be ghetto. You can still talk to your friends how you talk to your friends. But when it's time to get that business and to get that money, I got to close, man. I ain't worried about what you talking about. I got to go get that money, man. I got to go get that money, man. You dig what I'm saying? So that's how you close. Ain't no ebonics. None of that. Let me show you this shit that happened last night, bro. Here in actually in that same area. Let's see here. So that was like they was just literally just wilding out, like, and they do this all the time. It's called a teen takeover. Police can't do shit with them. Anyway, you call me and you want to move in this area. You call me about a move in this area. I'm going to use that shit from last night to my advantage. I'm going to sell you on an extra guy for security. Why? You are out of town. You telling me that your daughter is a graduate student. She lives here. She lives alone. You live in Portland somewhere. You're hiring a company. You're going to go whatever I tell you. You heard about this. I'm going to use it. I'm going to throw it out there because I know 9 times out of 10 you heard about it because University of Chicago is in this area. Boom, I got you. Absolutely. I'm going to use that to my advantage. Absolutely. I'm going to sell you on the third. I want you to take the third guy anyway because it's more efficient for the team, right? But I'm going to also use this as leverage for my advantage, right? And 9 times out of 10, they're going to go for it. Absolutely. Absolutely going to use it to my advantage, bro. Absolutely. Mm-hmm. Absolutely. All right? So, Thumbtack, Facebook, Moving Helper, Craigslist. All right? After you finish every single job, it's imperative that you ask every customer for a review on their respective platforms that they booked you on. Obviously, hire a moving helper, you need a review. Make sure they review you. Thumbtack, you need those reviews, right? If they booked you directly, then you want to tell them to go to Yelp or Google if you got a Google ad page. Yes, Facebook, same thing, right? Building your website, SEO it. Just, start with basic SEO and doing it yourself. You don't have to hire a, professional company to do it. But you also want to have a website so when people do research, if they find you on the marketplace, if they find you on Craigslist, you give them something to go to further research you, and then you can have more information on your website. And it could be a simple website. you can go to something like GoDaddy where there's already templates and it's real like click and go. So even to, going live with your actual domain. It's real click and go, right? So you don't have to have a lot of knowledge as it pertains to building a website or even, making the domain go active. It's click and go. Just build it, drop and drag, click and go there. And it could be a static page. Just make sure that on that page you have the contact box built out where a customer who just does land on the page, they can do the inquiry there. Obviously their name, move from address, move to address, phone number, email, and then maybe a box at the bottom where you can put describe this move where they can give you the details of the move. So you have some type of knowledge. So when you call them, you have something to go off of. Make sure you reach out to those local businesses that I talked to you guys about. Make sure you close the jobs, be quick. Make sure you know how to communicate effectively with these consumers. Just don't be saying, "Hey, we can do that for you." All that goofy shit. You're not gonna get anywhere with that. You need to be able to code switch, like I think I saw somebody put in the chat. And yeah, go from there. I think it's pretty simple. So like I said, this is real entry level. Just give some of those guys some sauce who may not know how to get started. Because I've been getting a lot of questions on how and where and things of that nature. So from there, let's go ahead and let's see, what do I want to do here? Where is my? Let's go ahead and let's turn on that phone line. See if we get any calls, and I ain't gonna wait too long today for a call, because I got a late start. 312-772-5043. 312-772-5483. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, turn on post notifications. You said some of the Steens, Houskis, and Berg's last names might be dead set on the budget. Not necessarily, bro. Not necessarily. If you're talking about a flat fee, listen, I don't recommend flat fees unless you're doing like long distance. I'm not doing. Listen, you do flat rates, you're gonna pay the price. Something gonna go wrong, and you're gonna have to stand firm on that price. I think last live stream, I kind of gave examples of situations from my experience of things that occurred that were beyond the mover's control, that were beyond my company's control, and the customer had to pay that hourly price. Now, what if it was a flat rate? Can't go to the customer and say, "Hey, you live on a narrow street. We got to keep moving the truck that's double parked. Got to charge you more money." What if the customer would just budget it for what you told them initially? You told them 500. They budgeted for 500. That's all they got. What you gonna do? You gonna hold that shit hostage? It ain't always, we can just charge them more money and they have it. They might literally have just budgeted for what you told them. They may have borrowed the money. That's all they got. So then what are you gonna do? Hold themselves hostage? Or what are you gonna do? Unload the truck back into the apartment and then walk away? So now you did it all for nothing. So you're screwed either way. That's why I say you should charge by the hour. That way you don't have that issue. Whatever issues arise that are beyond your control, the customers pay for it. Not your fault the customer moved into an apartment that didn't have a service alley. It's not your fault that you arrived to a building to do an unload and the elevator that was reserved for that customer is being held out by another moving company that had the previous window and they were late and the elevator is full and there's nothing you can do. Has nothing to do with you or your company. What do you do? What if they don't have the money? Do you drive back to point A and unload it back into their apartment? That's what I'm saying. That's why you charge by the hour. So now they know, look, hell or hot water, I'm paying $100 an hour. So they're going to not only budget for whatever was estimated, they're going to budget for more. Don't put yourself in that situation. Don't put yourself in that situation. I know people that have been in that situation that I've talked to that have come in my Mark, I heard you say don't do it, but man, I just wanted to do a flat rate and man, this situation happened, man. How should I handle it? I say don't do a flat rate. Well, man, the customer wasn't going to book. Okay, don't book with them. You book with them and now you're in this situation. There's been plenty of customers that have called that I've talked to on the phone that we were too high. There was plenty of customers that called and said they would call back. Never heard back from them again. There's plenty of customers that have called throughout my years and said, hey, would you be willing to do a flat rate? No. Are you moving long distance? No, it's local. No. Then the answer is no. Why? I'm not going to put myself into a bad situation. It's not that serious, not that desperate. I had a job, swear to God. The job started late afternoon, early evening. It took like to 7 a.m. the next morning. It was about an hour, but what happens if that job would have been a flat rate? And it was logistically a nightmare, and it was beyond our control. Hello?
Oh, what's up?
What's up? Who is this? Juan?
Yes, sir.
What's going on, man?
How much? How you doing, Mark?
Man, I'm blessed, man. What about you?
Say, man, well, I was just listening to like those video that you were putting out, and it's pretty good. It's pretty solid. You can try some methods on there and stuff like that. But what I wanted to talk to you is about about the Thumbtack. They're like charging like crazy, and like the leads there aren't even guaranteed, you know. So it's basically like I don't mind it because like obviously month after month there's enough coming in to like keep taking care of that lead generation through Thumbtack, you know.
Yeah.
But it's like they're charging $100 a lead for a 2-bedroom, and like I had one this morning where like the lady was just calling me in to get a quote.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, I don't know, I just think it's stupid to keep paying hundreds of dollars just for people to call in about quotes, you know?
Well, here's the thing, big dog.
Yeah.
You got to close the jobs, bro. Don't turn on 2 bedrooms.
True.
Just turn on studios, 1 bedroom, and just a few things. Turn down max leads to maybe put it in the middle. Keep your budget at unlimited, and instead of maxing it out, just turn it halfway.
Instead of yeah.
You probably got it maxed. Just turn it max down to half. Keep the budget unlimited and turn the max down half.
All right.
By you putting max, you're saying you're willing to pay the maximum amount for the lead. You want an unlimited budget, but you're not willing to pay $100 a lead. I'm willing to pay half of what the max amount is. But by you saying you willing to pay the max on the unlimited budget, you saying that, yo, I'll pay you $100.
Yeah.
Or for a 3-bedroom, I might pay you $160. For a long distance, I might pay you $300.
Right. Yeah, no, we stopped doing like big moves like that unless obviously like the people ask for us.
Mm-hmm.
But I just toned it back down because I remember we had spoken at the beginning of the year in January.
Mm.
We said to just focus on the 2 bedrooms, the 1 bedroom, and then the studios.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I've been doing. I mean, we did get a big move last month in February,
mm-hmm.
where we moved the whole office space. So it was a whole Chase real estate company. They were going to a new building, and then they hired us.
Mm.
So that was pretty good. But you know how it is with like those businesses. I haven't even gotten paid for that, man. And it's
What you mean you haven't gotten paid?
because they said that they paid like because they made me get insurance. I had to get business insurance for them to work with them.
Mm-hmm.
And then once I got my business insurance and everything set up, they just told me that it was like that they only pay every 10th of the month.
Mm-hmm.
So I had already finished this like at the beginning of March, and then since I finished it too late, I'm not gonna get paid till this coming up month in April.
What company is this that you did the job for?
Oh, it was like this janitorial company that
And it was
just
a
takes
move?
care of like what was that?
It was a move?
Yeah, it was a move. So we helped them move the whole office space into a new office space.
Mm. How many guys did that job require?
It was like a 3-man crew every time, sometimes
How
4.
many days
So
did this take?
it was a 3-day job. That was well, go ahead.
How many hours a day did you guys work?
So man, we were putting in 8 to 10.
Sounds like this job was more than what you can handle with where you're at right now.
Yes, sir. It was obviously it was. I would say it was like just right at the threshold of like the skill set, you know.
And that's why I be telling y'all just be taking jobs. Like there's jobs that I at the very beginning, once I realized what I was dealing with, that I turned away.
Yeah.
Like you can't accept every job. One, you're not in a position where you can do a net 30. Two, you're not licensed and insured. So if they're telling you go get insurance and you're going to get an insurance just for this one job, and based on what you're telling me, you really you don't have the skill set or the infrastructure to take on something like that. Y'all got to stop doing that because y'all going to mess around and put yourself in a bad situation.
That is true. That is
That's
true.
a job that we would have sent 6, 7, 8 guys and we would have sent 3 trucks. And that shit would have been done.
It would have been. It should have been like to do it all in one day.
Yeah.
But as far as like that job went, obviously it got done and everything. But how do you take care of people like that? Because in that job, they already had like an allocated budget.
What was the budget?
And that's it. It was $7,500.
How much did you charge them?
Well, I was gonna charge them around that amount. It was gonna be like $7K, and then the guy told me like, yeah, we got a $7,500 budget. So I was all like, yeah, say less.
So that's why you did it. And you took on something that was more. You let the money. Hey, bro, listen. I can't tell y'all what not to do, but you know.
Yeah.
You know what you know where you at with it. So, you know, if you take on something that's way more advanced in your skill set and something go wrong, just understand that when you're dealing with companies, it's not like dealing with a consumer. There's certain people you may be able to finesse yourself out of. Certain people you can't. You dig what I'm saying? So just tread lightly.
Right. Yeah, and then like right now, obviously, like I'm not in like how you were saying right now, like you wouldn't take on certain jobs just because you weren't in like you weren't desperate to take them on. Obviously, we're not desperate to take on new jobs, but at the same time, it's like we're moving into like the moving season, but at the same time, it's like slow, you know. So at the same time, I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna do this job in 2 days on Thursday, where I did kind of fuck it up, and I give them a set rate, you know, or a set price, a fixed price.
Thirsty, because me and you have had many conversations, so you know better.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to stop doing.
Just don't do it. What do you mean try to stop? Just don't do it. Like y'all be setting y'allself up because y'all just don't know how to say no. Listen, this is my price. You can't walk into 2 men in a truck and negotiate. You know, you can't walk into my price is my price. You know, I'm not gonna take it's a reason why a customer wants to negotiate a flat rate, bro. The reason why a customer wants to negotiate a flat rate is the same reason why you don't want to accept a flat rate.
Right, but at the same time, you're saying this like not to obviously not about the flat rates, but you're saying like set a price and that's your price. But don't you also say like if somebody's under or bidding less than me, like I'm just gonna do the job just so that they don't get it.
Hourly, still hourly. If you're in my market, I see you competing on Thumbtack, and I see my turn. I'm turning over less jobs, and I see your reviews are steady going up. That's an indicator to me that you're booking the jobs. We're getting the same leads because Thumbtack is funneling them to us. Your reviews are steady. Man, he had 250 reviews yesterday. Now he got 247. I'm turning over less jobs. Now he had 251 the next day. Now he got 4 more reviews that day. Then the next day he got 2 more reviews.
So at that point you would drop the rate a little bit.
So I would drop my hourly rate. Why? Because I'm already making 100%. I'm paying 25. I'm charging 50 an hour, man, $100 an hour. So I'm dropping down to 90. All right, now we neck and neck with it. You dig what I'm saying? I'm still charging the hourly rate. Yeah. So God forbid we run into some unforeseen situation that's beyond our control. I'm still making money by the hour. If the truck got to sit, if my crew got to sit here for 3 hours because the elevator is being occupied because the customer didn't realize that they were supposed to schedule the elevator, whose fault is that? All right, so I'm still making 90 an hour. We just made $270 an hour just sitting there. And guess what? I still got to compensate the next job because now we're late. So I'm going to I'm going to charge you a flat rate even though you messed up. And then I still got to give this customer a 10% discount to appease them so that our review don't go from a 5 to a 3. At least they'll give us a fucking 4.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So I'm thinking ahead. I'm thinking about, the next customer that I have to accommodate, I'm going to take a hit based on this one. So I'm not going to lose on this one and still got to appease this next one. No, we're going to charge you by the hour. This is not our problem. This is a you problem that we are still charging you for because you dropped the ball. If we drop the ball, we will accommodate. Even though this situation is putting us behind, we still drop the ball for the next customer. The customer doesn't care that the reason we're late for them is because this customer didn't schedule the move for the elevator. So now we got to wait. And they're accommodating her. This customer is still like, you guys told me this window and you're not here. So in my mind, we just went from a 5 to a 4 or 5 to a 3. We still going to do the move. The move going to be efficient, but we was late. They don't care what happened the previous move. I got to bring that 3 up to a 4. All right, I'm going to give you 10% off. I ain't going to tell her to the end.
Yeah, that's true. Cause what about, because I got this customer that I helped out yesterday. It was a pretty quick move, 1 bedroom or whatever, but then the guy was like, hey, since I'm going to use you guys, in a quick succession of time, because he was just going to move his stuff into a storage and then from the storage up into the new apartment. He's just waiting to get the lease or whatever. And then he just said, is there anything you could do for me, as far as price? And I just went ahead and told him, we could probably, give you a little discount on the truck rate,
Just do
how would you go?
Always just do 10%, bro. 10% is easy, bro.
Just 10% off.
It's an easy number to calculate. It's just simple, bro. Cut and dry. 10%, bro. Simple, bro. $1,000 job, they get $100 off, bro. They're happy for that, bro. 10%. $300, $30 off, bro. $250, $25 off. It's just easy, bro. 10%. That should be your baseline. This is like a easy, bro. 10%. I knock 10% off the total for you.
All right.
Whoop-de-doo.
Makes sense.
But you should run ads anyway. This is something I should have put in my lecture. On the new, you should run ads. Military ads.
Facebook?
Military,
Facebook
10% ads? Off. Senior citizens, 10% off. Students, 10% off. I used to do that back in the day. Military, students, senior citizens. That's going to help you boost your referrals up for your students in those college areas. Your senior citizens are going to get those because these are people that are on budgets. Senior citizens are on budgets, movers are on budgets, and then we just going to give our military people 10% off because we appreciate their service. Police, they going to always call, you got police discount? Hell no, we don't got no police discount. We don't fuck with y'all like that. Fuck is you talking about? Y'all making $100,000 a year. And you get to carry, you can kill You can kill people. You did what I'm saying and walk away. We ain't giving you no discount. This ain't Dunkin' Donuts. Police gonna always call you and try to, man, you got a police discount? Hell no. Hell no. You gotta pay.
Hey, what about
Senior
ICE
citizens,
agents?
military, and goddamn it, senior citizens, military, and students, bro.
No ICE agents, bro?
Hell no. Senior citizens, military, and goddamn it, students, man. I'm not paying nobody that makes a good living, bro. We taking care of our older people. We taking care of our students because we prioritize education, and we appreciate our military people and service for protecting us, bro. I'm not giving no police officer no goddamn discount, bro. And they gonna always call. Wait till you really blow up and you get licensed and shit. They always gonna try to pull that shit. Now, I'm not giving no.
Oh, yeah, that was
none of these
another
people,
question
bro.
right there. Like, since I got like insurance now, technically, all I need to do
You
is
ain't
get,
got insurance, bro. I don't know what
Yeah,
that
I
is you
do.
got. No, you don't, bro. You're not licensed.
I got
and
work.
insured. You got
I
what?
got workers comp. I got workers comp, and then I got what else?
At
Workers comp.
313,
Oh, and
whoever
then
calling from Detroit, you call back when I get off the phone with Buddy. You calling from
liability
313
insurance.
Detroit, call back when I get off the phone. Hold on a second. Oh, they hung up. You said you got what?
I got liability insurance and workers comp.
All right, Juan. Do you got a license?
Well, I just need to get my DOT and my MC reinstated, but
All right, Juan. I don't want to get into all that rigged shit you got going on, but yeah, bro. Yeah, that's who I've always given discounts to, and there's a discount code I would have on my website where they would give for senior citizens and students and military people.
hey, how much would you charge me to coach me through this moving process to make a moving business? Because I wanna make a moving business right here where I'm at, and then head down to like a bigger city and then do it again. You know.
You want to do what?
I basically want to create like a franchise where I have like basically like two men in a truck.
Focus on one thing at a time, man.
All right.
Focus on one thing at a time, bro.
All right, you're right. You're right, Unc.
Yeah.
All right, Mark. I'll catch you tomorrow.
All right, man.
I'm fixing up a car to flip, so I'll let you go.
You fixing up a what?
I'm fixing up a little Honda so I can flip it.
All right, man.
All right,
You got that
later,
big
Mark.
ass thing on the back of it, that big ass pipe.
Nah, hell no. This is a little family car. You know, you gotta keep it family friendly.
All right, man. All right, bro.
All right,
Yep.
catch you.
Yep. That 313 caller, you could call back. That's gonna be the last call I take, bro, because I gotta get out of here, bro. Got shit to do. Whoever just called from that 313, you could call back. You said you'll do a firefighter. Listen. We can't give everybody a discount. We giving our senior citizens a discount because we respect our seniors. We giving our students a discount because we understand the struggle of being a student. We prioritize education, and we giving our military people a discount 10% because we appreciate their service. Everybody else gotta pay, bro. This ain't no goddamn soup kitchen. What up?
I was trying to figure out. I want to get in the cargo van.
Hold on.
That little.
Hold on. That's how you pop on.
No, man. I was just trying to ask you a
You don't
question.
speak. You don't speak. You don't say.
How you
hey,
doing? How you doing? Hey, how you doing? How you doing?
Hey, come on, big dog. Like, man, where your manners at, man? You dig?
For sure. How you doing? My bad.
What's going on with you?
I was trying to get in the cargo business, like I was saying, and I was trying to find like a company, something, so I could drive for them and see how you know how to work everything. You know.
You said you're trying to get into the cargo van business and you're trying to find a company so that you can work for it so you can know how the things go and things.
Right.
Okay, when you say work in what regard? Like as a
like a driver. I was really trying to find some cargo companies.
go on Indeed, bro. Type in cargo van
All right.
operator, cargo van independent contractor, and see who looking
You
for.
got any, ones you, agree me to instead of,
You in Detroit,
like
right?
a name or something?
You in Detroit? Hello? 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 Yo. I can't hear you, man. Hello? Hello, 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 hello. There it is. All right. Okie dokie. Why you yo?
Got disconnected.
Okay. Yeah, I don't you live in Detroit, right?
Yeah, I stay in Detroit.
Yeah, I ain't from Detroit, so you have to go when you go on Indeed from Detroit, you'll see who's up there. I don't know who up in Detroit.
All right. So you think they make runs like state to state? That's what I've been looking on YouTube.
Some companies do. Some companies may be local.
All right.
That's what you're looking for, state to state?
Yeah.
Yeah. So just the ad should dictate if it's gonna be long distance. Expedited would be the key word.
All right. Expedited.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Thanks.
All right, bet.
I'm
I got a text message from Coach G. Why you block me from the chat? Why you block me from the chat, Coach G? I didn't block you from the chat. Maybe one of the moderators blocked you. I didn't block you, so I don't know. I gotta talk to the moderator to see why they blocked you. But I ain't gonna reverse it. They clearly blocked you for a reason. I don't know. Texting me. Hey, just live with it, bro. Live with this shit. Hello?
Hello?
Yo,
Hey, how you doing, Mark? It's Cyrus.
what's going on?
Hey, what's going on, man? I'm just tapping in. I tapped in a couple months ago, like 9 months ago. Gave you a whole game plan of just a whole bunch of. I wanted to do curry work with a whole bunch of stuff. But ended up falling through on a lot of plans.
Mm-hmm.
Got my real estate license and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to thank you. Man, you gave the Thumbtack layout, all that. Followed up on that past couple. About to be a year in July. About to be a year in July. It's working out. But I'm not even focused on just the moving side with the truck. Just labor only. And labor only has been paying off. You get lucky sometimes. And a lot of people, get that mic. Hold on real quick. Yeah, so with the truck, you need the truck and all that for the, you don't want to get caught up by the authorities and all that. So I'm thinking we have our MC number for cargo.
Mm-hmm.
And the labor only and stuff is picking up, and we have been getting more jobs that require a truck. So I just want to know, like, should I add the MC with the moving to the cargo, or should I just think of making a whole new one entirely?
You said add the MC to the what with the cargo?
I got a cargo MC, just for cargo, no household good moving.
You got a truck or a van?
All right. So I don't know if you remember back then. I'm also the one that I don't even have a truck. I don't have a van. I have nothing. I got a personal car that I got $300K liability on. I'm aging my MC, so it ain't even it's not even on a truck. It's not even on a car. So when we were talking about it back then.
So you using the VIN number for
what
VIN? Well, what VIN number are you using?
The car.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. I ain't,
No. I'm not even. If we do household good moving, you obviously need a truck.
Right.
But right now, I have everything set up through the MC under our personal car. You only need, if it's a vehicle under, 10,000 pounds, you only need $300K liability. That's just to get your MC active. I called mad long ago because somebody had brought up in the chat How do you get your MC aging? All that stuff, because brokers don't work with new MCs, all this. My MC's been aging for like, it's about to be like almost a year now in June. So we paying the insurance, every commercial insurance on a 2005 Grand Marquis. Like, so that's besides the point though. That's just the side thing we doing for the cargo. But I'm trying to work into the moving. I know you say rental trucks and all that. That's smart, the rental truck, because it dips into your money. But the rental truck, obviously, we could take the rental truck and take that, bring it to the insurance, or even use their insurance and put that under the MC. So I don't know what I should do with the pivot to make a new MC or combine it with the original MC.
You wanna? Bro, I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. I don't like what it sounds like. I don't know if it's a hack what you doing, bro. But I don't understand why you paying for all this for a 2005 Grand Marquis.
No, I'm not paying.
To
Well,
do
I'm paying all
household
this
goods moving,
because
bro.
I'm thinking
Like,
about the
why are you
MC as
aging
real
an
estate.
MC for household goods moving?
No. I'm not aging an MC for household goods moving. I'm aging an MC for cargo. So when I get the truck, we could be up with an already aged MC.
But what you want to do is household goods moving.
Well, like I said, so we started the labor only, but there's money in the household good moving. So, and it's slowly, like, this jobs that come around, we need the truck for, but the U-Haul, it dips in.
I'm saying, bro,
So,
why do you need the Asian MC for household goods moving?
No, because I don't, no. I want to age the MC for cargo. I don't want to do cargo right. We're not doing cargo right now.
Let me understand what you mean by cargo. Cargo what?
Working with brokers, working with shippers.
So you want to do over the road?
No. Not now.
Break it down to me.
I'm in the tri-state area. All right. So basically, we started with the agent and MC. That's it. That's what we was doing at first. We started the Thumbtack last year. Labor only. Started working and moving. I got a contract with On Track with my personal car.
Hold on a second. Whoever this 305 number, why are you texting me some dumb shit? Why y'all be lying about the cargo van business? Who the fuck is talking about a cargo van business? These guys talking about cargo. Why are you texting my number on the screen about some goddamn cargo van? When we sitting up here talking about moving and he said cargo. Who the fuck is lying? And why are you texting me? Why are you texting a number that's on the screen on some goofy shit, bro? I mean, nobody's talking about a fucking cargo van business. Who the fuck is lying about cargo van? From a 305 area code, when the number's on the screen. Listen, if you got some issues, you can call the number.
Yeah, no, I ain't even
talking about you. I'm talking about the weird motherfucker that's texting right now. Chief, why are you texting this number, bro? Bro, I don't understand this shit, bro. Stop being goofy. Nobody's talking about a goddamn cargo. The man, I don't know if you're referring to Buddy. He said he's got cargo. I'm trying to figure this shit out what he talking about. Now, if you got some other type of issues, then you can call the number. Don't get the texting. All right? You can always pull up. Don't do no scary shit. All right, bro, you can continue.
All right, hello?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, my fault. I think the video's a little delayed, yeah? All right. So I forgot where we was. My fault.
You said you got something going on in New Jersey with a cargo.
Nah. All right. Let's scratch all that aside. Basically, bro, nah. We got our MC, our USDOT, and our authority set up and everything just for cargo, just to age it with $300K liability on our personal vehicle. We were able to do that legally, no hacks, no nothing. Explained it to insurance rep and all that we trying to age our MC because brokers don't like to work with new authorities. It's a fact. A lot of scamming and all that, and we doing it slowly. So we paying the insurance, keeping the right driver, not getting into any accidents, keeping it clean, and all that. So, point is, a couple months go by, I start seeing you post about the Thumbtack and all that, and then, hold on, I've had my fault. I'm looking at the comment. So, started focusing just only on the labor while also paying the insurance. But now the household good moving is looking as a possibility for the company. So my my point right now is, should I get a new MC or should I activate? No, relax, bro. I'll read the comment later, bro.
What are you talking?
All right.
What's
My
going
fault.
on, bro?
My fault, man. My brother's pointing at the TV, talking about, look, someone's saying the same thing we saying. I don't know what he's talking about. Point is, do I start a new MC or should I add the household goods moving on to my MC now?
Just add the household goods, bro.
All right, just add it on, but insurance purposes wise, like,
your insurance gonna go
that's
up.
gonna run my, yeah. All right. Now, my insurance, should I be seeking the same insurance for household good as I am the cargo? Because I got it with Geico. Now,
not every insurance company is gonna write a policy for household goods.
yes.
So you're gonna have to
Especially
figure
if they
that
think
out
you're
with
doing both.
whoever you go through, bro. So you're gonna have to.
Yeah, I know it was tricky. It's tricky with that.
Yeah.
All right. So you think, like, if I can do it, just put it together with the same one. But if I can't, would you recommend starting a whole new one?
I would just
and then putting the
add
insurance
the
for that?
household goods authority. If that's what you're gonna do, you're gonna be a moving company. Just add it. Add the household goods.
All right. I also want to say, man, to all the people out there doing Thumbtack, bro, you just got to know how to work with them with the leads. If they mention anything with junk removal, that's a refund. Anything with something, I need it brought up, that's a refund. All that stuff, bro, with them charging your money, you just got to be on top of it and be on top of what you're actually doing for your service, and they'll work with you. So for all that, I know a lot of people getting started out there. It's hard. It definitely is. And there's definitely a lot of luck, too, in this game, for sure. Definitely a lot of luck. And luck has blessed us, unfortunately. So, but thank you, bro. I want to say thank you for sure, because everything you put out there, bro, definitely following to a T, but with a little bit of my own pizzazz. But
cool.
Yeah.
Bro, appreciate that.
All right, bro.
All right, baby.
Just wanted to tap in a little.
All right,
All right, bro. Have a good one.
You too. Man, somebody is literally texting the number on the screen, bro. I listen, bro. Check it out. Check this shit out, bro. Like, y'all niggas is text. Like, why are you texting, bro? Numbers that are called. I ain't talking about right, bro. What is that? It's not even a complete sentence. Listen, we're gonna leave the phone line open. I was finna get out of here, but I wanna get that scariness out. 305. 305. MIA, yo. I want you to get that scariness out your heart and stop texting. Call the number, pimp. Because I think I might know who this is. Call the number, pimp. Get that hoe up out your heart. Get that whole shit up out your heart, pimp. You did. Call the number. Don't get to texting. This number ain't up there to text. Why are you texting me, bro? About a cargo van business, bro. See, if I pull up on somebody, I'm gonna pull up. I'm gonna pull up, bro. We ain't gonna pull up hollering out the window while we going down the street 75 miles an hour, bro. We gonna pull up, we gonna get out the car, we gonna say what up. We ain't gonna text. To me, that's some sucker shit. I just don't understand. I thought it was real niggas down in the MIA, yo. I thought niggas from the MIA, yo, was really about it. I thought y'all was about that. You got a 305 now, pimp. Not looking good. Not looking good, all right? So this is what I'm going to say. I'm going to give you an opportunity to call the number. And if you don't call, then I'm going to go ahead and get up out of here, bro, because I really don't have the time. Like, ain't nobody. The only people that text this number is like people like Coach G that's asking, but Pippi just addressed why she blocked him. I didn't even know he was blocked. People saying, which I don't understand why they texting, weird, but like people sending long texts and shit. Like, this number is not to like text, bro. It's to call. So I don't even read these texts. That's why the Coach G text was from March 16th. I just seen it popped up. But this just popped up because I had the text screen open. You're texting me about a cargo van business. Why y'all be lying about a cargo van business? And we're talking about moving. And then your follow-up response is, I ain't talking about right, bro. I ain't talking about right, bro. You can't even articulate yourself in a complete sentence. You can't even articulate yourself in a complete sentence. Hello?
My fault, man. I know these dudes is being clowns, bro, but I got a little bit of just a funny story, bro, because we was talking about out of depth earlier. I just want to say, bro, first move on Thumbtack ever. 300 kg marble slab table. 600 something pounds, bro. Dude said 300 pounds. Got there, got it done. Had to approach it with the utmost professionality, bro. But I just want to say, those are things, as you say, learning on the job, out of depth, putting yourself in situations you shouldn't be in. Those are situations. You got to know what you're going into before. But there's many other jobs, bro. Many other jobs. But that right there is the first and hardest job till this day. And if anybody out there dealing with marble, you better get marble money for dealing with marble, because that shit is heavy. Heavy. I just want to say that last one, too. Good luck, Smart. You're the man, bro. You're the man. Your plans be making me plenty of money, bro. I love it, bro. I love it.
Appreciate you. All right, so we got the clock set for MIA, yo. Clock set for you, MIA, yo. You got like another 4 minutes. Listen. We're going to give you a chance, because we don't duck it. But we don't appreciate the scary shit neither, pimp. We don't appreciate the scary shit now. This man text a call-in number, bro. Like, this can't be real life. Y'all, like, bro, y'all, the internet is a safe, I'm telling you, y'all niggas be hiding. Y'all niggas be playing it safe, bro. Y'all got to come on the screen with it like Big Mark. You got to, if you're going to be tough, you got to come on the screen. This nigga want to come talking about why y'all lying about the cargo van business. Like, what? When the last time I even talked about a cargo van business? Been a minute. Sounds like a content creator who maybe something I said has maybe affected their bottom line, maybe. Maybe they're selling some bullshit, sending people off, and, you know, I say, nah, that shit ain't. And then I give a people the reality, and then they probably going back like that, saying, man, Mark said that ain't 100. So that's that money going out the door. This is what this sound like, bro. This is what this sound like. So check it out. Check it out, because we got another 2 minutes and 50 seconds. It is what it is, pimp. It's what it is. If it's affecting your bottom line, then, man, be transparent with people. That way, what's known don't need to be explained. If it's 100, then you ain't got to never worry about nobody having doubt. If it was what it is, then, and you was an authority in the space, then it's going to be what it is. People wouldn't be challenging, or people wouldn't be getting a second opinion and then challenging whatever it is you saying, to the point where now it's affecting your bottom line based off, you know, whatever it is you selling, whatever products you selling. Because I tell you another thing, if it was a lie, you would call and then you would articulate what it is and discredit whatever it is that you saying is a lie. So based on how you went about things in a text message, it tells the story. It means you coming from right here with it, because it's affecting probably something financially. See, it's coming from here and it ain't coming from here. See, if I'm gonna go to the point where I'm gonna pull up on somebody, I'm gonna pull up. I'm gonna click the link, what it is, and then I'm gonna discredit you. And then people going like, damn, nigga, Mark cold in a motherfucker. The crowd gonna cheer. You did? Because I'm gonna come and I'm gonna be able to substantiate my argument with fact. And the crowd gonna go, wow, bro. And I'm gonna make sure I pull up and you see it. Because I don't never remember say, oh, Mark, a whole ass nigga. Nah, they gonna say, man, Mark pulled up. All right? All right, now. So be careful. 305. We ain't gonna give you a whole number out. You did what I'm saying. Just be cool. And if you ain't gonna pull all the way up, bro, just all right, there go y'all little entertainment for today. Motherfucker, text the call-in number, bro. My first day back, bro. I knew they weren't gonna call in. All right, time elapsed. Excuse me. They didn't call in. Yeah, man. Don't send me no text messages, bro. Don't send me no text messages on my call in. Don't text me on my call in number, pimp. Pull up. Pull all the way up. All right, we're gonna turn the lines off, man. We done for today. Turn it off, bro. All right. I thought I could give y'all a little bit of entertainment, but man, these guys ain't brave, bro. I don't. What happened to the braveness? Like, why? Like, if you gonna pull up and you want to talk or you want to challenge something, like, why? Like, how are you scary, bro, to talk? Like, how is that a scary thing to do, bro? Like, it's not like I can reach through the screen and strangle you or nothing, bro. Yeah. You know you're gonna have to substantiate what it is that you gonna say. And you know I'm dangerous. So just make sure. That's why I'm saying, y'all, education is very, very important. People are scared of education. People more scared of a motherfucker, challenge a motherfucker that they know gonna beat them from a educated standpoint than they is with a nigga with a gun. Absolutely. They'll find safe ways to go about it, but they're not gonna come in front of an audience because it's gonna be detrimental to their credibility if they lose. And I showcase that shit all the time. That's why I put the number up there and drop the link to show you that your favorite people, if what you saying is 100, then you can substantiate it and stand behind it. If you selling something, you should be able to stand behind what you selling. If you can't stand behind it, then it's got to be some flaw. All right. With that being said, I'm out.